What's your name?
Joy.
Okay, you're security? You're not a caseworker?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Well, I'd speak with the caseworker.
You can try to dial in this number on the wall, the 252,
Okay.
and see, where's your case? Is it held out of what?
I don't know anything that's going on. I repeatedly keep reporting crimes and have never had an update period. And years of reporting, like 30-something reports, they have never given me an
If you got
update.
time, you can try that number and sit in the lobby.
I'm sorry?
This number right here on the wall to the right?
Is that, I'm just trying to get clarity. Are you a CPS worker?
No, we're security.
Where's the CPS workers?
They do it now through the phone.
It's like
I want to talk to someone live. I'm not getting anywhere over the phone for years.
They telework.
They out to CPS telework?
Yes, ma'am.
So they don't get their felony charges? They've now started to telework and won't help people in person?
To Summit.
Oh, Summit?
Yeah.
I thought this was the corporate office.
No, this ain't.
They have another office up on Wells Branch, the Summit.
I just keep getting a runaround for years to get nowhere. I got a lift to get here.
But have you been to Summit before?
I'm just not quite certain on if I've done 30 reports. Why are they all missing?
Yeah.
And no one's alarmed at this location as well as any other location I go to?
Yeah. Summit, they have workers on site.
What is this right here?
It's a call center.
This is the call center.
Yeah. And she'll give you the...
My phone said this was a corporate. There's no law enforcement, no damn where.
Summit,
No damn where to be found year after year. So you said call on the phone?
That one, the 252 number.
I want to talk to someone in person. I just don't understand how long I'm going to have to endure this funny form before people get the charges they racked up for repeatedly lying and keeping my children safe as well as myself.
Call cannot be completed is dialed. Please consult your directory and call again. Call cannot be completed.
I can't. It's not letting me dial 252.
You got dial 9.
Call cannot be completed is dialed. Please.
That's happened at the police department. I don't. It's catch-22 to enforcing criminal activity.
This is a recording.
Can you help me? You're telling me to dial 252 and I can't. You a caseworker?
No. It's a different department.
In some kind of way, these securities typically are enforcing crimes. Well, since when is CPS so heavily guarded for people to rack up felonies with no accountability? I just don't understand why all locations I'm getting violated in is heavily guarded by security in the police department.
To speak to someone, please press 1. Wait while I transfer your call.
Can I just get your first name, ma'am, so I can... Who am I speaking with? Yeah, Ashley, this is Cook over here at Ridgepoint 2401. I have Kiana here in the lobby, and she's wanting to speak with someone live, but I was going to give her the address to you all's office. But would you want to speak with her? Because I'm not able to take any information via phone. I'm just handing her the phone. And what was your name again? ASHL.
I can't hear on that. Can you put it on speaker?
Oh, my bad. Hold on.
Okay.
What? I mean, I've done it before, man.
You were just on speaker.
Where is it? Okay. All right, Ashley. She's right here.
Hello? Yes, a lot of government officials have been racking up their felonies, enforcing that I have nothing to do with my child. And in multiple, I can't hear, ma'am, because you're talking while I'm trying to talk to her. That's rude. So I haven't been able to do anything, and I'm trying to get records because I made like 30 plus reports, and crimes have been committed to keep me from those records so these government officials don't get felonies they chose to rack up for themselves. And CPS, multiple different locations, chose to cover for their criminal activity by depriving me of records. So I'm not quite certain what's going on here. They're saying it's a call center, 2 security guards guarding CPS, which is bizarre. in the very location that have racked up countless felonies to keep me away from my child. Nonetheless, I like these records. I tried to do it online. They had me wait 2 years. And then when I looked up your location, they tried to call and pretend like they wanted to help. That means that someone's illegally monitoring my phone.
In touch with Child Protective Services?
I'm sorry?
Are you trying to speak with someone in CPS?
Who are you?
I'm with Child Care Regulation. I'm the daycare side.
Yeah, I get these repeated mind games. You'd have to see to believe. Do you think that people will ever get accountability for their felonies and crimes that they chose to rack up? Countless.
I have no idea in any of the situations.
Well, all I know is I'm at Child Protective Services, and it appears like an active crime is being committed right now. If I'm at Child Protective Services, why would they call somewhere else for me to get assistance? And why are 2 security guards guarding the entrance where I can't get help?
To do with CPS.
I'm just not quite certain if my gatekeepers are enforcing that I don't get help. How do I combat that? Do I need to call 911 and see why people haven't got their felonies year after year? If I'm at CPS now and can't talk to CPS repeatedly over and over, do I need to call 911 so people can finally get their charges? I'm currently at CPS and can't talk to CPS. I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Call 911, ma'am, since we can't figure out who I need to talk to at
We can't dial
CPS.
from here.
I don't know. Call 911. If I'm at CP Child Protective Services and no one knows how to speak with Child Protective Services, we need to call
That's when you
911.
walk in
We need to call 911, ma'am, if I'm at Child Protective Services and you guys are making it impossible for me to be at Child Protective Services and get help, we need to call 911. If nobody knows how I can get in touch with people at Child Protective Services we need to call 911.
Still there. So what do she need?
If it's impossible for the security guard in the front desk to know how to speak with Child Protective Services at Child Protective Services, we need to call 911.
Ma'am, you're gonna have to call
What's the number?
911 on your own.
What's the number, Ashley? Give me that other number. Do you have it right there?
Well, it's you or need to call it. If you work at Child Protective Services and don't know how to speak with them, you need to call 911. Child Protective Services protects children. That's serious. And if I'm currently at Child Protective Services and you don't know how to speak with them, then you need to call 911 to figure it out.
This is just the call center. This is not the main.
Well, if it's the call center, then you should figure out how to direct me to protect the child.
They're all working from home. Everybody's working from home.
No, they're not, ma'am. That's a blatant
That's
lie.
why they asked to call that number that's on there.
Yeah, she just
I-
said that.
Yeah,
She said
that's
she had
that
to
same
call
number.
that number.
And if you need to make the report, you need to call 911. We can't do it for you.
Austin 911, you need police, fire, EMS, or mental health services?
Police. I'm currently at Child Protective.
What act-
I'm at Child Protective Services, and I'm
What
at.
address can we help you at?
It's saying 2501 Ridgepoint Drive.
And how can we help you today?
Yes, there's a lot of government officials that have been racking up felonies to keep me away from my children by taking bribes. And I went to multiple different CPS locations, were scamming to keep me from my records and blatantly lying to me to keep any kind of accountability for these government officials. So I'm at 2 security guards are guarding the CPS location, telling me it's a call center, which is strange, but I've experienced stranger.
Oh, okay.
In addition to that, they are refusing to give me any direction on how to get records. They're lying and telling me all locations are virtual and you can't get anything done in person.
And what is your name?
It's Kiana Clark. I don't know why security at CPS would blatantly lie to me and not have accountability.
Phone number for you, ma'am? Or on foot?
I'm inside. I think the bottom line of it is that I've been robbed of my right to get records. And they told me that I needed to go to Austin. Now that I'm in Austin, there's another scam to keep me from records. I just don't.
What are you wearing today?
I'm wearing gray pants and a black shirt. Are you able to tell me how to get at records since security sabotaged my ability to get them and to speak with someone?
No, we'll send officers over to assist.
But they'll
That was a
bully
great
me and
turn.
mistreat me and cover for crimes, though, ma'am. They're my abuser's minions, and I really don't get anywhere. And I've had a rough day with multiple parties covering for my daughter's abuse.
Great shirt. And
I'm not, ma'am. Are you
what-
enforcing that I talk to the abusers? I just wanted to know what CPS locations I can get records, since the security guard is
Okay,
enforcing.
And I don't. Well, I would have to send officers to you for that information.
But they bully
So
me.
you
They're my
already-
abuser's minions, ma'am. And all they do is come abuse
Okay,
and
I'm
enforce crimes.
sending-
And you guys always say, I'm not able to
Well,
speak, ma'am. If I can't
okay,
tell,
so
if
do you
I'm not
want
able to
officers out
communicate
or
that
not?
police are my abusers and then jeopardize my safety, I don't get anywhere. Because everywhere where I call is covering for them. Police jeopardize my safety, take
Do you
my freedom
want-
26 times.
So how can I help you now?
Okay, I'm currently at CPS. I was told to come to Austin to get records. I'm in Austin now. Now they're scamming. Everything is done virtual. So I still can't get these records I've been deprived of years. This is serious. This is multiple different reports
Right.
of
so
abuse.
I'm offering to send officers over.
But they bully me though. Well, I'm asking what CPS location.
So if you want me to send officers over, I can send them over and they can maybe answer those questions for you.
Why
I
can't
don't
we
have
find a
the answers
CPS?
you're
How can
looking for.
how can the police department answer
Okay,
questions
that-
about CPS records?
Okay,
And why would they not want to
I'm
give me
not
the
a
records at
ma'am,
CPS?
Miss Clark.
Or
Miss Clark,
direction.
I'm not a police, Miss Clark, I'm not a police officer. We're civilian employees here at 911.
Well, I'm not safe, ma'am, because the police department chooses to abuse their badges and guns, and government officials abuse their power to
Do you
enforce
want
crime. I'm not able
officers
to
or
address
not?
that in no locations. That's what makes me
Do
unsafe.
you want?
Because
do you
whenever
want
I'm telling
officers
everyone
over
in
or
my
not?
environment about how my life is in jeopardy, they disregard me and bully me for reporting it everywhere I'm at. That's why my life is in jeopardy.
Okay. Well, I'm going to send you this over to you, okay, Mrs. Clark?
We'll see how this works.
From a touch-tone telephone, you may dial an extension at
This
any
is
time.
supposed to be
For a
CPS.
directory of extensions, press 4. Not available.
They hung up. Pattern. Your suggestion of me calling CPS on my device isn't working. You guys are refusing to get CPS on the phone, and this is CPS? Are you able to hear me?
Oh, I'm doing the email thing.
Okay, so this is Child Protective Services.
I just called to the building manager, and he said that you would have to call that 1-800 number to get your report done. Or
I've already done a report.
Okay, well, he was telling me that you have to have the case number if they gave you one, so they can look up what's going on with your case.
Why are they being guarded? Where are they at for me to speak with them directly? Because I don't understand why, when government officials racked up felonies, why I'm being forced and controlled to not get anything to accomplish year after year. Where are they at? Why is security guarding CPS workers and CPS locations that I'm at? I'm just not quite certain if I'm asking you for a location that I can handle my business in person. I don't know why the government enforces that I talk to people on the phone and online.
Yeah, there's a building here. It's up there. It's on Wills Branch. It's the Summit. They have caseworkers there actually on site.
Oh, that's where I need to be.
Yes.
Okay,
That's
well,
what I
it
was
was hard,
trying
like
to tell
pulling teeth to get there. So my device plays mind games, and I haven't been able to get law enforcement.
They do have workers in that.
So my
building.
device wanted me to come over here to get nothing addressed, nothing done.
This is nothing but the call center.
This is where they make.
Yeah, this is where my device plays games like this. It's being controlled and malice.
I'm gonna give you the number 512-834.
I've already called it. I get a voicemail.
3195?
My device is
They didn't ask you to come
I'm not.
in to-
I'm sorry.
They didn't ask you to come in to speak to nobody?
My device is hacked. Couldn't get through.
Yeah, like I said,
You guys can call.
They have.
Can you call? My device
Well, I
is.
just talked, that lady that you
She
talked
said that was the wrong play. You called the wrong number.
to, Ashley.
Yeah, it's a.
She said you called the wrong
No,
number.
she's just a different division. She could have transferred, Joanne. I'm gonna try it again, right here in front of me. She could have, she needs to ask. I can't ask that.
Oh, to transfer.
Yeah, she has to ask that. Cause she
Thank
kept
you
saying
for
she
calling
wasn't,
the Department of Family and Protection.
she didn't state
I did
what
not recognize that as a
department,
valid
you know what I'm
entry.
saying? Like,
Thank you for calling the Department of Family and Protective Services.
Yeah, that's a red flag that people are trying to keep me in my problem. That they're being a part of
The
it.
office located at 14000 Summit Drive,
Yeah, that's where she
Austin,
needs to go.
Texas. Your call may be monitored for quality.
begin with, if you don't mind asking, this is Officer Cook here at H2 2401 Ridgepoint.
The My name is Ashley.
Okay, Ashley, this is Cook. I have Miss Kiana Clark, correct?
Yes.
In the lobby. She's trying to reach someone to get some information about a case. Would you mind taking a couple of minutes out of your time to speak with her? Or what can you advise?
1 second.
Okay.
So she's a parent?
She's right here in the lobby. I can't say anything on behalf. I can reach her the phone, but I can.
I can hear.
No, but I'm asking, is she a parent?
Are you a parent?
Yes.
Yes, she is a parent, Miss Ashley.
And she has a case?
I don't know what's going on. I made 30 reports and they won't tell me.
No, so I'm asking, I'm trying to ask.
Can you cut it up? You cutting it down? Can you cut it back up?
You can pass to the phone.
I can't hear through the phone.
Huh?
I can't hear through the phone. I need to hear the speakers louder.
I'm asking, what makes you think you have a case, or I'm trying to ask the question so I can better help you.
Right. Do you have an employee ID?
Do I have an employee
Yes.
ID? Hello?
Yes. Do you have an employee ID?
What is the employee ID?
I just want to make sure I know who I'm speaking with. Why would you try to conceal that if you're not doing anything wrong?
I'm not giving out my employee ID. I don't give out my employee ID.
Okay. Well, what branch are you at? You're Ashley? You don't want me to have any information on how to contact you back? And it's something as serious as child abuse?
Because you can't contact me back, ma'am. That's what I'm like.
You're a case manager and you're trying to hide who you're with and that you don't want to be contacted back with something as serious as child abuse?
Ma'am, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't have a number for you to contact me back because somebody else works at this desk too.
Okay, well, what location are you guys at?
We're at Summit, so I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, so there's not multiple Ashleys, right?
Huh?
There's not multiple Ashleys. If you're at the Summit address and I needed to speak with you again, I can just ask to speak with Ashley?
Ma'am, I'm not a caseworker. That's what I'm trying to also get you to understand. I'm not a caseworker.
Oh, you're not a caseworker? What's your position?
No. So that's what I'm trying to.
What's your position?
I'm not a caseworker. I'm an admin.
Admin?
Yeah.
Are you guarded? Are the caseworkers being guarded? I'm not quite sure what to do because I made 30-something reports and there's so many people racking up felony charges and haven't got them. And took bribes to keep me away from my child. And I'm not able, all the people call are always covering for crimes. There's mandatory reporting and it's criminal not to do it, but people refuse to do it.
I'm trying to talk to you, ma'am.
I don't know how I can tell you what I need if you are talking while I'm trying to inform you of why I'm needed to speak with you.
I'm asking, you made a report and you're trying to check the status of it?
I made 30 reports. 30 reports and have never got the status ever on the 30 reports. Instead, I got bullying and mistreatment and criminal trespasses and violations to conceal crimes and arrest.
So you made a report and you're trying to check the status of
30 reports. 30 missing reports, and then when I try to check the status, I go to jail and get criminal trespasses. They told me that the only way I could get them was calling online or going to Austin. I called online 2 years ago, and they will not give me my records. And multiple other times prior. Then they want to come that you can only handle your business on the phone or online so people don't get their charges. But some kind of way they don't want me to have the records for 30-something missing reports to protect a child just because the child is mine. So now CPS conspires with abuse and punishes you for trying to keep a child safe just because the child is mine. But yet still has not had accountability for countless felonies multiple parties chose to rack up.
So what I'm trying to understand is what is needed for me so I can help you.
This is how my help is concealing criminal crimes that they repeatedly call. My gatekeepers always call abusers, so I get nowhere. So first they have to be condescending and minimize most serious events. That's one of the things my abuser loves to have people do. So then they minimize serious events by these gatekeepers. Then they conspire with crimes and lie and keep me from whatever I'm trying to get, whatever task I'm trying to get completed. If you're a gatekeeper and you're trying to conceal crimes too, how do I combat that? How do I get the records for 30-something missing reports and accountability for you and anybody else that schemes to have me to talk to you to conceal more crimes.
Do you want the record management number?
I wanted to speak with someone in person and people to get the charges for the crimes that they've racked up. I don't think anybody should be above the law. And why is Child Protective Services refusing to let me protect my child? Sorry. Why is Child Protective Services refusing to protect my child and have not got charges? Are you doing your mandatory reporting? Person that don't want me to have her name.
I'm not a caseworker.
I'm sorry?
I'm not a caseworker.
Well, I can't call on the phone, as you've heard that. How can I speak with someone? Do I need to come into this location? My phone railroaded me to come to this location.
I mean, there's not going to be nothing done if you come here. I mean, I'm not sure who you need to talk to.
Or is CPS, that would be criminal if I made a report and CPS is depriving me of the service to be able to report child abuse. That's a crime.
Have you called the child abuse hotline?
I have, and they keep covering for it. And if CPS in person is depriving me of that right, violating my rights, and refusing to take reports of child abuse, that's criminal.
No,
you can't decide and take bribes and decide to not let a parent keep their child safe for profit. That's a crime.
I cannot make the report.
I'm just saying, if you're conning that I know CPS location can protect a child and you can't report to a CPS location, a 30-something records disappeared, or get their records, if you're conspiring with that, that's a crime. And you're not doing your mandatory reporting, which is another crime.
Ma'am, I don't do mandatory reporting because I'm.
Well, then I don't. This person is trying to conceal who she is, and then making it complicated, trying to keep me from my records and my ability to report child abuse, which is a crime. I don't know why people that are guarding every environment I'm in have me call counterfeits and give my information to get nowhere.
Have you tried to call the state building?
I wanted to go in person.
To the state building?
I wanted to go in person to get something done because all these scammers want me to do is call numbers and do things online to get nowhere. As I told you, I've been waiting 2 years to get records and never got it. And then they arrested me and gave me criminal trespasses in Dallas so people wouldn't get their charges. Now they're conning here that places are call centers and anything else that they can con so people don't get accountability for their charges. So are you guys saying that it's impossible for me to speak to CPS in person, robbing me of my rights?
Ma'am, I'm just going to give the state building number because I'm not sure how I can help you.
You're not sure how Child Protective Services can protect a child? Who these gatekeepers had me call.
I don't understand what you're talking about. Do you want the number?
I'm asking Child Protective Services how you protect children. And I'm asking you, when will you guys get your charges for scheming any kind of way to deprive me of services in a conspiracy?
The state building, they can further help you with all those.
She don't know what she's talking about. If this is the call center, and no one in the call center knows, you can't get anyone on the phone. Obviously, this is serious if I've been arrested at CPS and given criminal trespasses.
This is the call center, but we were just trying to help and assist her and direct her what she needs help with. But she wants to speak to someone in person. They telework from home, Miss Ashley.
Do you want to give her the state building number? Because I don't know how I can help her.
She tried that. We have that in the lobby to where she can use the phone. The 252 number, is that what you're speaking of?
No. This building.
So there's catch-22s to enforce that my daughter is not protected. Any kind of scam that they can come up with to not get felonies they chose to wreck up. Location to location. You can't just keep arresting someone, so you set up any kind of con you can to make it impossible.
Well,
you cannot speak to anyone, period, so we don't go to prison.
And that's the one on North of
Period.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Does she have a case number?
I don't know about my cases. I can't get my records. What do you mean? I repeatedly keep saying that. You guys are withholding the records so you don't go to prison.
We're just trying to assist.
How am I supposed to get the records if I can't get them? I don't know the case numbers. I can't get my records. 30 reports you won't give me records for.
Yeah, Joanne, go ahead. She wants
forcing me to be in this nightmare. And then wanting me to have records she refused to give. And have arrested me to keep me from getting.